So my dear students, we are going to start a very new chapter from your English book Purbi. This is for grade 7 CBSE NCERT book Purbi, and we will be reading a beautiful poem from the unit 1, and that is Try Again. The title of this poem is Try Again. Try. कोशिश करो. Try again. Once again. एक बार और कोशिश. So what is there inside this poem? I will read the stanza 1. Look at your book. How I pronounce. Now then we will understand line by line. King Bruce of Scotland flung himself down in a lonely mood to think. This true, he was monarch and wore a crown, but his heart was beginning to sink. So this poem is about a king, and his name was Bruce. And the king was from Scotland, a place in the Europe, Scotland, and its king was Bruce, and he flung himself down. Flung means throw himself, throw something, throw somebody. He flung himself down means he threw himself down. Down means not on the floor, maybe in a chair, maybe in a place to sit. In a lonely mood to think. In what kind of mood he was? In lonely. Lonely means alone. No one is with him. He was alone. To think something. Think over some issue. Here, look at here, TIS. This will pronounce like this. This true, he was monarch and wore a crown, but his heart was beginning to sink. This true, King Bruce was a monarch. Monarch means king, bigger kingdom, emperor. Means he was having a big empire. He's called emperor. And wore a crown. All the kings, they wore crowns. In ancient days, in earlier days, we must be knowing, we might have seen in some kind of film or serials that kings were wearing crowns. So, he was wearing crown, but his heart was beginning to sink. Sink means go down. His heart was going down. He was in pain. He was in some kind of trouble. He was in some kind of mental disorder. That's why his mind, his heart was sinking, is going down. For he had been trying to do a great deed to make his people glad. He had tried and tried but could not succeed, and so he became quite sad. So why the king flung himself in a lonely place and his heart was sinking? What was the issue? Listen, to learn something, we need to raise question. If something happened, why it happened? Who did this? How? So, these questions gives us the answer. So, when we studied the para 1, that the mental condition of the king was not good, was in pain, was in grief. So, the second stanza says us about the reason behind it. What was the reason? He had been trying to do great deed to make his people glad. King Bruce was trying to do some good deed, good work. For whom? For his people. Why? To make them glad. To make them happy. To make them happy. Through his good work, deed means work. To good work, he wanted to make his people happy. But he tried and tried. He tried so many times to do some good, great deeds, could not succeed. And so he became quite sad. Despite his continuous effort, despite his continuous try, he could not succeed. That is why he became so sad. Quite sad means so sad. Very sad. The king tried very hard to make great deeds, great work, to make his people happy. But despite all his effort, he could not succeed. That is why he was sad.